How high can it go? Stick around to the end. We're going to show you how to ride this bull all the way up. But first, before we dig into today's content, I just want to take a moment and pay tribute to a true legend in the trading community. This weekend video is dedicated to Stephen Bigalow. Steve was a master at teaching and using the candlestick chart patterns, and he passed away this past week. He was my mentor and taught me everything I know about using candlesticks in the trading world. Our hearts go out to his family at this time. I send my prayers and my condolences. Thanks for everything you did, Steve. Hey, good morning, fellow traders. Grab your seats, grab your coffee. Let's get going. We're seeing a little bit of a double whammy going on with today's market. Neil and I are here to kind of decode what's going on because there's a lot of things that are just kind of going, The jobs report was kind of it wasn't a surprise, but the reaction has been a surprise to me. If you're intrigued, you want to stick with this because we're going to be kind of unpacking that. What's your thoughts, Neil, on the job report and then the market reaction?
The job report, like everybody else reacted, was kind of surprising, and the market reaction was not surprising initially.
Yeah.
I thought that'll happen, and I was hoping that it'll reverse, and it did. So
it did.
That is good.
And so hopefully you were able to take advantage of that reversal. Before we get going, guys, I want to do one thing first, and that is this live stream. I'm doing this one in honor of Steve Bigalow, who passed away this past week. If you're not familiar with Steve, I think was one of the best, if not the best, teacher of candlesticks and how to use them in the world. So our condolences and my prayers go out to Steve and his family. It was a sad day. I've sat under him for a couple of sessions and getting my certification as a candlestick technician. So, hey guys, we're about ready to unveil the secrets of the market. So let's trust me, this week has been a wild ride. Notwithstanding, today's stock picks are potentially some real money makers. So whether you're here for the market analysis or the stock picks, hang in there, because as normal, we put the biggest bang for your bucks and those stock picks. And so, by the way, today's last pick is going to blow your mind because I did mine. Here's the news for today. As you see, job reports, hiring surges, but there's a silver lining for the Fed. The silver lining for the Fed, does anybody know what that is? The silver lining for the Fed? If you do, drop a comment down in the comment section on either the YouTube channel or here on the live talk. And then we're getting ready to roll into earnings season. So a lot of the stocks we'll be talking about today, yep, they are going to be going into earnings season. And so if you haven't figured out what it is, the silver lining for the Fed, the long-term yields dropped. And so they're looking at it as that being a good deal, or maybe it's going up. So they think that may balance things out so they don't have to raise rates at the next meeting or the meeting in November. However, Anil, did you know that the probability of the Fed raising rates over the next two meetings has gone up with today's job report?
That I was afraid of.
Yep, and it did. And it didn't go up a lot. It didn't go up to 50%. It stayed below the 50% mark. So that's kind of interesting. As we get into the analysis of the index, here's a little bit of a recap on what we're doing with the AutoPilot trading. There's where we were last week, and this week had a nice little push up to the upside. You know, we're all kind of left scratching our head. Okay, which way is the market going to go? Because this was really we were stuck in the meat grinder a lot this week. There was a lot of give and take. If your timing was good, you got into some trades at a great spot. We were able to do that. But then, of course, we also got taken out of a couple of trades, round-tripped it very close, but our stop losses were really tight. And so not a lot of damage there. So let's go ahead and look at what the heck this market is doing. encourage you, just don't be a spectator or a ghost member watching this. If you have a comment or you want to, fuel the discussion, leave a comment down in the comment section. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the heck is going on with the indexes. What an absolutely beautiful pattern we get with the S&P. The S&P, as shown here by the spiders, it was bounced along here, a lot of volatility all week long. However, it held at the 200-day moving average, put in a couple of bullish reversal signals on the for the week, and then it's finishing up with one heck of a strong candlestick for the week. This is a hammer, but it's also an outside day, which is a very powerful reversal signal that we want to keep our eye on. If I was looking to get into the SPY or do some option trades on it, I, of course, like to wait for things to come back into the midsection of the big green candles, the middle third. If I break above that level, I would look at taking a ride from, if I gap up, look to trade the gap up after that. So that's what I've got with the S&P. What about the Qs? The NASDAQ. The NASDAQ also getting an excellent move up off of this trend line. We had a spinning top last week. We had a two-line cluster last week on the weekly market forecast. And those of you who have been trading with us for quite some time, you know that the two-line cluster on the market forecast, 2 or 3 line cluster, typically leads to a move to the upside within 1 to 4 trading periods. Again, pushing up here towards the 50-day moving average. We've closed above the 8. If we close above the 20, that 50-day may still be a little bit of a pain in the butt for us. And the reason why is because it corresponds with that past high right there in this window. So that's the last level of strong resistance before this breaks out into taking off into that area there, which we may get into the end of the year. Next, I want you to check out what's going on here with the Russell IWM. IWM has, you can't make this stuff up, folks. Came back and is retesting off of long-term support. We don't have a reversal candlestick on the weekly. We are getting a nice one on the daily, where we had a hammer on Wednesday, followed by a little bit of a bullish engulfing, itty bitty one, and then a huge bullish engulfing today. But again, it's run up to the 8-day moving average. Need to get a close above the 8-day moving average before it can challenge these higher levels of resistance up here, like at the 178 to 179 level. If you're looking at, I would right now rank how I would trade these, Anil. I would rank them as the S&P has the stronger weekly reversal candlestick. The Russell has the next strongest reversal candlestick, reversals on the daily chart. Then the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ may outperform everything, but that's what I've got for the indexes. I mean, this is just, beautiful. I mean, if positive divergence. And so what's your thoughts on this, Anil? I mean, like I said, it's pretty.
No, it is pretty on the support on my system. Actually, S&P 500 looks good, but
okay.
Then also, Russell also looks good. And like you said, NASDAQ might outperform everything. It just, I think, few days will tell.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
It's kind of refreshing to see NASDAQ going.
Oh, yeah. And so, okay, hey, guys, before we jump into our next section, I want to remind you that, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel or on Market Tech Talk, please do that to get a notification of when I post them over there. If you subscribe, you will get that notification. Just a quick update on the book. I want to thank the people who are currently reviewing it right now. One of the gentlemen over on the YouTube channel had just said, "Hey, just completed the book review, loved it. Got some other reports that they are really, it's really going to be an excellent book." So I don't want you to miss out on the book and or the 2-day exclusive master class. There's still time to get your pre-order in.
Now I've gone through about halfway through the book, and it is excellent. I'm going to finish it this weekend.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Anil.
Now I've gone through about halfway through the book, and it is excellent. I'm going to finish it this weekend.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Anil. 4 weeks ago, I said, watch for a reversal sometime around the 15th of October. I may have been a week early. However, it looks like, we may be in for an excellent rally to the upside. But of course, we'll trade the charts in front of us. And always remember this, is that if it's not on the chart, it's just an opinion. So, Anil, thank you, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Aloha. God bless everybody.